All right, so these are the notes for the composition of functions. We're going to go over function notation and a couple of things before we actually get into this. So a little bit of background knowledge you need to know. Function notation is written like this. And the way we read this is f of x. Okay, so that's how I read it. So this is really read as f of x. Let's talk about f of x really quickly. So if you recall, f of x is equal to y. So it says, why did we replace y with f of x? So that's just giving you some background knowledge. F of x is equal to y. Just recall that this value is x and this value is y, which does create an ordered pair. All right, so why did we replace y with f of x? Well, we did this just to make sure that you understood that y is a function of x. All right, so what does f of 1 mean? Well, you take a look at f of 1 and it says f of x. What this tells us is that x is actually equal to 1. So x equals 1. Now, onto this graph right here with these values here. So here's what we're going to do here. So this says f of 1, which we just kind of decided that x is equal to 1. So we're going to go to the x-axis and find where 1 is, which is right here. Then we're going to try to find this missing part. So it's f of x equals y, right? So we're trying to find that missing value of y. So I figured out that x is 1 here. So y, I'm going to go, I hit no value of the graph here. But when I go up, I see that it touches right here at this point. And the corresponding y value here is going to be at positive 1. So in this case, f of 1 equals the y value of 1. For f of negative 6, so negative 6 goes backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once again, I go down to see if I hit the graph, and I notice I don't. But when I go up, it touches the graph right here. And this y value appears to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So at f of negative 6, the y value is 4. And for our last one here, it's a little bit different. It says f of x is equal to negative 3. This time, they're giving us the y value of negative 3, and they're asking us to find x. So this one's a little bit different. Notice the x values I just counted, and I went vertically. To do the y values, you go to the y value of negative 3, so negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and now I'm going to go horizontally to find x. So I notice it doesn't hit, and right here at this point, I can see that's the only time that it hits the graph. So the corresponding x value here is right here at this point of 1, 2, 3.5. So in this case here, x is equal to 3.5.